Hello, this is Geraldine St. Joseph, and this is a good point in time for us to discuss what is necessary in order to get through the energetic that's happening right now. Many of us are going through a lot of chaos, a lot of things that just simply don't make sense. So, how do we deal with this? What does this have to do with our spiritual growth, and where are we supposed to turn? Well, whether you consider this a metaphysical problem, a physical problem, or both, one of the best things that I found for this period of time is to learn how to let go. Right now, the energy is calling for us to pick a side. Either we're going to fight and become aggravated and allow things to weigh us down and keep us from our task, or we're going to let go, which allows us to float and do more things. One of the big messages that I've been getting lately is to choose you. Now, this message is not for everyone, and it certainly is not for the people who always choose themselves first. This is for those empaths, those people who are so compassionate, those people who always put everybody else before you. If someone asks you, what do you want? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? How do you answer that question? Do you answer it by saying, well, my mother, my brother, my sister, my husband, etc.? Or do you just say, I have no idea. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before, because you live your life simply doing things for other people. Other people always come first. You have a dream. You have things that you need to do in order to make that dream come true. And instead of making yourself a priority so that you can attain those goals, so that you can self-care, so that you will have what you need to really help the people around you, which is something that you do naturally, you allow other people to keep knocking you off your mark. This is something we need to stop, and it needs to stop now. It's very difficult because for those of us who often dedicate our lives to helping others, we feel that if we are not there doing everything, holding their hand, helping them make decisions, and listening right in that moment, that things will fall through. There may be negative effects. There are consequences to that. And the answer is yes, there are consequences to that. But there are also consequences for never figuring out who you are. There are also consequences to spreading yourself too thin. There are also consequences to never to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. What happens when you're not there? Oftentimes, when we're struggling with this and we decide to walk away for a day, a week, a month, what we discover is the people who we thought were so dependent upon us are not really that dependent, that they actually have other resources. And many times, people can stand on their own. It's just easier to hand it to you because they know that you'll do it. So next time you put yourself in the back seat, think about that. Do you want to teach these people to treat you with disrespect and to use you repeatedly without giving you a break or any understanding of how much that you're doing? Do you want to leave these people in the lurch if something should happen to you? You get sick, you die, something happens that you cannot function anymore as the touchstone? Or are you going to put yourself first, take care of yourself, choose who you give yourself to wisely, and learn how to move forward from there? Remember, when you choose yourself first, you create a condition where you're of more use to others because you're full. And I'm sure you've heard this expression about your cup being full and putting your oxygen mask on before helping someone else. We all hear that, but it's really hard to follow through when you're a giver, when you're a person who just steps in and you take care of things. Remember, part of taking care of things is making sure that the people that you're caring for can care for themselves. Our job is not to do it for them. It's not to take over somebody else's karma. It's not to take over somebody else's job. It's to show them the way, lead by example, take care of yourself first, and then allow them to grow and stretch and become whatever it is that they're meant to be also. If there's anything you take away from today's talk, it is simply to remember that you deserve a rest also. You deserve to have a dream. You don't have to spread yourself so thin and be at the beck and call of everybody and everything and at everyone else's whim. I assure you, this is not your calling. Be good to yourself. Choose yourself. Choose you first. Mahalo.